Good morning and welcome. I probably shouldn't say good morning because you could be watching anywhere in the world. Hi, my name is Patricia Regier with Regier Educational Services. I've challenged myself to 21 days of lives. It is a challenge because it's a little bit more, I don't know, high stakes when you go live. And it's different going on 3 platforms at the same time. So this is the first time in a while that I'm trying that. So I would love to see a comment on each of the platforms. Currently, I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn, and my Facebook main page. And I would love to test, can different comments come through this platform at the same time? And just see how things work in reality. Because as we challenge ourselves, when we're doing something that maybe feels a little bit more uncomfortable, that is where we're learning and growing and stretching what we can do. A few years ago, I did a 10-day challenge on YouTube with Heather Just Create. You can check out her YouTube channel, and I'll add links below. Not all those videos I have public anymore because it was really, they were fantastic. I was so proud of what I created, but then my brand and channel kind of evolved. So not all of them felt as relevant. They're still accessible, but through that 10 days, I was doing more of a vlog style and creating a video and uploading it every single day for YouTube. So I really stretched my creativity. It was a lot of fun to try to think of something new when it's every day. So every day here, and I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable. So you'll notice over the days too that I won't take as long to find my way for when I click the menu instead of the chat, and then I can show different things here as I'm talking. So I'll become a little bit more fluid with clicking these buttons. It will also show me what buttons I need to add on my Stream Deck for live streams. What I've already added there, if this is helpful to you, I've added my camera settings because on different platforms, I need to make, on this platform, it goes wider. So I have to bring it in. I have the two streaming platforms that I was testing out. I decided for one of them to purchase the year. And just a couple other things. I don't have too many things currently for live streams. I have all my other pages on my Stream Deck packed. So part of the purpose of this is we're leading up to, on April 4th is my publication day for my book, The Online Shift. And we also are coming up to the day before that, April 3rd, is exactly 5 years from my day one when I named my business and started this new venture. So a couple milestones to celebrate. Would love to celebrate the milestone of reaching 1,000 subscribers this month too, but who knows? We have goals and sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get to them. The book took 2 years to write, mainly in part because last year I got quite busy working with a lot of people, which that was my first priority. And I'm so grateful for that. But I'm glad it actually took a little bit longer because through helping more and more people, there were additional tips I was sharing all the time, something new I would notice and recommend. So the book grew to 101 pro tips, nice number. And then while we were editing, I kept thinking of new hot tips and was sharing those out. So we ended up, I think, adding 9 more on their own hot tips. So during these lives, I'm not just going to be talking about the book. I'm going to be talking about other pro tips that I have for you, or answering questions, or just sharing what you want me to talk about. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be checking all of them. If you're watching this afterwards, I'll keep an eye on all of those as well. And and what I will actually, now that I'm testing this out, I will add to my live stream, because I think I want to keep these under 10 minutes. So next time I will have that button ready to press as well to kind of give me an idea of how long I've talked, because I don't see anywhere here where it's giving me a time frame of how long this video is. So as we do things more and more, we notice different things and we can become more fluid. I'm going to be sharing some of this background talk because that's the purpose of sharing with you. Tomorrow, I will talk about online facilitators. What does that mean? And are you included in that group? Because I've been talking to some different people that have been reading my book ahead of time. And some of them do not consider themselves facilitators, but they realized while reading the book that a lot of the tips applied to them, and it was very helpful. It was a very helpful tool. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. And so I don't forget when these ideas pop into my head. So Friday, and people can watch these in any order. And that's the beauty of the book too. You can skip around. It's kind of your own adventure. What tips you need for the category and area that you're wanting to improve, you can jump to that. So tomorrow, talking about what does that mean? Facilitators and others. And it's going to be this is the thing. When it's live, and that's the magic of live. When you're running a live workshop or training or meeting online, it can be quite special than a pre-recorded. But I get quite comfortable creating, and this is supposed to be with my tips and tea and talk with me. I like the create it, what's in my head, and then edit it. And so some of these things that are fine in the video, I may have clipped out some things that afterwards, because honestly, a lot of times what I do when I create my videos, I do have an idea, I have some points, I've tested things ahead of time, but a lot of times I just hit record and I don't have a script. That's the way I like to do the videos for the tutorials on YouTube. You'll see them as an article on LinkedIn, a blog on my website, and a podcast as well, where you listen to your podcasts. And the reason why I do that variety is offer that variety is because people like to learn or receive information in different ways. So that's one of my values and principles with creating engaging spaces. There's so much I can talk about. That's why I wrote a book. That's why there will be future books. But right now I really do want to, and then I want to talk about many different things, not just about the book. So I'm going to have to remind myself to click these different banners as well. So as I talk about things, remembering to click that. When I'm facilitating a workshop, I have my slides and different activities. And when I'm producing for people, I have a whole bunch of things that I'm doing. And I get very fluid in that. But this is a newer space for me. I've done lives a few times, but using this space and clicking different things, I'll have to work on that a little bit to become more fluid. The only way I can do that is by doing it and putting myself out there, especially with lives. So pre-recorded videos, getting comfortable on camera, that's low stakes in the sense of, creating the video. But earlier on, I still put it out there, even though I had a long way to grow. So I'm going to my hot tip for today is that you challenge yourself with whatever area you want to grow, but give yourself grace. Because right now, I'll be honest, some people were saying, do you have to do the lives? Which is a fair point. There's intentional purpose because I want to walk the talk. It is a busy time with publishing a book. There's different things to get ready for the launch dates. That is ongoing afterwards. It's tax time. I will never publish a book during tax time again, but it is what it is because I also wanted to pair it with that close to the day one for 5 years in business. a lot of milestones, and a lot to celebrate. And I want to celebrate that with you. This is a journey that we've been taking together, and especially the last 2 years. So this book celebrates that as well and supports that. Next week video on YouTube on Tuesday. If you're subscribed to YouTube, I encourage you to subscribe and follow wherever you prefer to receive the information. So then you get a notification, when there is a new video. That's not always this month. It won't always be only on Tuesdays, but often on Tuesdays you get tips and tutorials for online facilitators. Tomorrow we'll talk about what that, who does that all include for a group. But give yourself grace, because I might not be able to do every single day for the 21 days back to back. I'll still do 21 days. So I'll give myself that grace. Will I always start at 8 o'clock or 8:15? I learned the other day, put a post or reel on Instagram, and I'm learning about reels, and I can't go back in and edit if I wanted to change the time I put in there, 8:15, because that's when I was sort of finally ready yesterday to hop on. And I couldn't edit that. And then I've noticed recently too, with a post on LinkedIn, that I couldn't go in and change the picture. So not every platform works exactly the same as another platform. And I'm not sure if the inability to edit is something new on the platforms, which just slows us down, makes us check it a few more times for typos. My first live on LinkedIn, there was a typo. I can't change it, but that's fine. Give yourself that grace. That's one of my, tips that I share all the time too, is it's okay to, the important thing is that we try something new. We don't have to be perfect at it. I think I said it more eloquently in the book, but so I've got some other hot tips for future days all ready to go as well. This platform gives us these tickers at the bottom too. And, I just appreciate you joining me, whether you're watching this live, and I would like to test that with a few colleagues in the next few days for, can I see comments on different platforms at the same time? I watched some different people that become quite proficient on lives, which is great. They've done different backgrounds and overlays. So I'll probably be testing different things like that too, trying what I see from other people, what fits for me. And after the 21 days, after we've launched the book, there'll be, that's an ongoing journey after that. When we've reached that 5-year mark, there'll be a new 5-year chapter for moving forward, and I'll probably try to do a weekly live and commit to that. Last year, there was no time to add that, but I think it would be a really great way to connect. And I think that's what we're missing sometimes online. And I talk about how we can turn audiences into participants and make that connection. So for me, during this launch, I was looking for some more connection, because you put something out into the world and then it's a little nerve-wracking. So I wanted to hear from people and connect. So I invited people to my Facebook group. I'm a part of a lot of Facebook groups, some of them more active than others. Mine's a pretty quiet group currently. And that's okay. I totally understand. I don't always want to be active everywhere all the time. But that was me stretching as well, because I'm used to giving. I'm not used to asking as much. So that's an important area of growth, because we all need to ask for help. I surrounded myself with a team that I'm working with for this. And I think I need to ask for a little bit more help because it's a lot right now. And I'm sure all of you are going, dealing with a lot as well in your own lives, what's happening in the world. So this time, with some tea and tips and talk, just let me know what you want me to be talking about, or answer, questions you want answers to. Sometimes I might share screen, or I'll save those for the tutorials and keep these pretty quiet. Definitely have talked longer than 10 minutes. So tomorrow's will be shorter. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, I hope you're able to facilitate engaging learning experiences so that you do turn your audiences into participants and have some light bulb learning moments for yourself as well, especially during these tips and tea with me. Thanks for tuning in.